Welcome to Columbia Station, Ohio. It's located right next door to Strongsville. This gorgeous city offers a variety of homes, different lot sizes, and has a bonus of no income tax. But is it the next city for you to call home? Well, I'm about to dive into the pros and cons of Columbia Station so you can make an informed, educated decision. What's up, guys? Anthony Esposito with eXp Realty, your local real estate expert right here in Cleveland, Ohio area. I've helped countless buyers and sellers navigating this market. If you need help as well or have any questions at all, contact me directly here. I'm happy to help you out like I have many others. At some point throughout the video, if you get any value from this, be sure to smash the like button. It's greatly appreciated. Don't forget, click subscribe, turn notifications on so you can stay up to date on all my real estate insights, tips, tricks, property tours, you name it, I got it coming your way. So without further ado, let's first dive into the pros of Columbia Station. So the first pro on the list is the new housing developments that have been going on for the past several years. Between Pulte building up developments, Drees Homes building up developments throughout Columbia Station, there are so many to choose from. So if you're looking for a brand new house, or if you're looking for one that's just a couple years old, Columbia Station might be the place for you to check out. And a huge draw right now that is getting a ton of attention is the brand new Del Webb development that's being put in place literally right on the border of Columbia Station and Strongsville. But it is in Columbia Station, so that no income tax is there for you. And if you don't know about Del Webb, it's a 55 and older community. It offers a ton of amenities. One of the big ones, of course, pickleball. It's a huge sport that's going on right now. They will have pickleball implemented as part of your amenity with that development. So I'm excited about that one. They're currently doing all the excavating, getting all the sewers in, things of that, and they have their wait list for the VIP. It's being built by Pulte. A lot of great homes. If you have more questions that you want to know about that, let me know in the comments down below. I work closely with some of the reps at Pulte. I can get you more information as there's not a whole lot that's out there just yet. And if I had to guess, we're probably looking springtime or summer when you could really start like building those homes. They're moving pretty quick. We'll see if the weather plays a factor in it. And speaking on the lines of homes, the next pro is the lots that you can get. There's a lot of land that's available throughout Columbia Station. And what that means for homes is if you're looking for a custom build, Columbia Station is a place to go because they have the land available to purchase and bring your own builder in. And whether you want to have like a third of an acre, a half of an acre, if you want to have 2-acre lots, 3-acre lots, if you want 5-acre lots, you could probably even find 10-acre lots that are out there. Are they going to be listed? Not necessarily. Sometimes you got to do some homework and, contact somebody who owns a large piece of property or like a farmer, see if they'll be willing to parcel things off. But they have plenty of land to choose from if you're looking to build, that custom home and you want a little bit of space, or if you just want like a little portion, but you don't want to be within a development and have one of those HOAs attached to you. So the third pro on the list is what I mentioned in the intro, and that is no income tax. And what does that mean? Well, you're not paying that added city tax that a lot of other cities actually have. Being in a township, you only have to pay your property taxes. And granted, sometimes those can be a little bit higher than property taxes in a city because you're essentially paying for the school district. You're paying for first responders with those property taxes. However, it's not as bad as what you think. And you may be able to save quite a bit of money without having the property tax plus the income tax that some other cities have, like neighboring Strongsville. You're going to be paying 2 separate taxes with that. So you could save a little bit of money, kind of ease your pocket a little bit with living in Columbia Station. Now, mentioning school districts, that's the next pro that is on this list. So there's a couple different school districts throughout Columbia Station just because of the location and it being a township. There's parts of it that is part of Strongsville City School District. There's not a lot of it, but there are parts of Columbia Station where you can get into the Strongsville City Schools, which are a very highly rated school, and it gives you a great education. There's also Midview schools, which have another great education program that is there. And then there's also just Columbia, school district that is attached to it. They all have excellent perks to them. They all have great college opportunities, especially Columbia School District. They are renowned for having, basically setting up your kids for, those college courses and getting them ready. So, you got to do your homework. You kind of have to look to see how it's spaced out. There's one development in particular that Pulte built where some of it is Strongsville City School District, others it's, in Columbia School District. It's broken up. So you do have to pay attention to that if you don't want to have that income tax, but say you want to have Strongsville City Schools. Well, you're going to be limited on where you're going, or, Midview or Columbia. But all three of them will offer great educations for your kids. So the next pro on the list is the location. You are a short drive right down Route 82. You can get into the heart of Strongsville. And they have anything and everything imaginable right there. They got South Park Mall that has, numerous stores. There's all your grocery shopping that is between Pearl and 82, all in Strongsville. You have multiple department stores that are standalones. You got, Kohl's, there's Target. You have a DSW. There's restaurants galore. You name it, Strongsville has it. It's a short, quick drive, so you still get that nice, country vibe, but you're not too far out from your grocery shopping or your, general store shopping that you need to get done. And then if you're working out of Cleveland area, you're not far from Cleveland. A lot of areas are just, half an hour drive. It's not crazy far to get into downtown Cleveland if you wanted to enjoy, a Indians game. Yes, I still call them Indians, not Guardians. They're the Indians. If you want to go to a Browns game, if you want to go to Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, it's all right there, downtown Cleveland, not a far drive at all. So the last pro on the list is the farms that Columbia Station has. So if you're looking for a family outing, if you're looking to go pumpkin picking, if you're looking to check out some sunflowers or pick some, flowers of your own, if you're looking for just that weekend activity just to get out of the house, Columbia Station has 3 to choose from. So first up is Red Wagon Farms, and they have multiple events that go on. They're open daily, as you see, and there's the time frames: Monday, Tuesday, 10 to 6. They have plenty of times available, and they have anything and everything imaginable. You got your apples, as you see there. And then they do their hay rides. They have their pumpkin festival, which is going on starting on the 21st. That goes all the way through the 27th. You could pick your own pumpkins. They also have a pretty cool area where you pay a flat fee, like a dollar amount. I can't remember exactly what it is. It's not that expensive, and you can basically grab your own pumpkins and see how many you can hold. It's kind of cool, and they got a really nice hay ride, a lot of stuff. As you see here, live music that they have going on. There is so much that Red Wagon puts on. It is absolutely amazing what they do. Now, one of the other ones that is really big is the Rockin' Our Ranch. They have their own pumpkin festival that they throw. It's right down the street still. Both of these are located on 252 Columbia Road. They're not far from each other. And as you see, they're open Saturdays and Sundays all the way until November 3rd from the 28th of September. And they also have a lot of different activities going on. They got their hayride. There's the scenery that's behind it. You could have your own private group which as you see, that's all day long. You got bonfires, you bring your own food, beverages, they give you the picnic area. It's really, really fun times. And then all the activities, pony rides, they have a family fun house, kids activity areas, petting farm, picture spots. I mean, the list just goes on. They have so much to do. They have country kids shows. They got Monster Vision 3D, which is a children's haunted house. As you see, no live actors. A lot of great stuff, cool stuff for rocking on the ranch. And then they have their spooky ranch, which you can check that out as well. And then the last one that is on the list is Shady Acre Farms. And this, they have, their sunflower festival they put on every year. You can go, as you see here, that's coming up. You can pick your own stems. Then they provide you with a jar. That goes on throughout this whole thing. There's flowers that you can pick and choose from. There is a lot of cool stuff. It's very beautiful. They do an excellent job. Their flowers are fantastic. So if you're looking for a quick activity to go to and just kind of enjoy, these are the places that you want to end up checking out. Now let's get into the cons of Columbia Station. And we're going to start off with a very important one, and it's the wetlands and flooding issues that you potentially could have. So depending on where you live in Columbia Station, you may be near the wetlands. You may be in flooding zones. That's a concern, and that's an issue when purchasing a house. Now, the newer developments, obviously, they're not building on wetlands. Hopefully, they're going to be building them to where, you're not going to have any issues with flooding. But existing homes, you got to really pay attention to what areas they are in. You got to do your due diligence, check out the flood maps, kind of see what's going on, and then pose these questions. And one of the things you always want to do, whether you're building a brand new house or you're looking at an existing home, make sure the grade off of the house is running away from the house. Make sure if the downspouts aren't tied into the underground piping system and they're just kind of coming off and going into that corrugated pipe, make sure there's no negative slope towards the house. If you have any negative sloping towards the house, it's going to cause issues to the foundation. So you kind of want to be, on top of that mountain, and then everything's running off. But that's a huge con for Columbia Station that some people really don't realize that is necessarily there. The next con on the list is their infrastructure. Now, granted, they don't have massive bridges or anything like that that's going through Columbia Station. However, there's a lot of roads that they're in pretty bad shape. A lot of residents, they complain about it. I've driven on some roads and it gets a little sketchy. They do have infrastructure issues. So there are parts that, for instance, there's natural gas infrastructure issues that Columbia Gas is working on, but it's going to take time. So there's parts of Columbia Station that have that issue. There's still parts that have a water issue. And by water issue, I mean, they still have the old pipes in place. So they're trying to replace all of that and get ahead of the game on that and kind of get rid of, the nasty, old lead piping that is carrying your water to get to your house. They have broadband issues. They're, so if you need high-speed internet, depending on where you live in Columbia Station, you might not be able to get, for instance, maybe that 1 gig speed. You might be limited on who you can get for that speed. Now, the next one on the list, it kind of contradicts the location pro. It's commute times. And if you're trying to get into, Strongsville, if you're trying to get into, downtown Cleveland, depending on when you go during rush hour, during those peak times, there's no really easy way to end up going about it. If you want to get into Strongsville, the quickest way is hitting all the traffic areas. Strongsville gets packed. It's a huge con for Strongsville, and it's going to add onto, that commute time. If it's low traffic, it might only take you, 10 minutes to get into Strongsville. It might only take you a half an hour to get into Cleveland when it's low traffic. If it's during rush hour, during peak time, be prepared. It's going to take, that much longer. There is a lot of people that are all around Strongsville. There's a lot of people that are coming to and from Cleveland, especially during the rush hour time periods. Your 7, 8 o'clock commute time is going to be jam-packed. And then your 3:30, 4:30, in there, that gets jam-packed getting out of Cleveland. So the next con that is on the list is the fact that Columbia Station's been booming for, the housing market, which that has caused rising home prices. Currently, right now, the median home price is almost at $415,000, and it can vary. There's some homes that are cheaper, but I've seen some homes that are being priced in the $300,000 range, and they got a lot of updating to do. But it's in that range because of the amount of land that you're getting. And then there's some newer homes that'll be, a third of an acre, and they might be $550,000. They have $1 million homes that are in there if you're in that market. But these home prices, they keep rising. And it's partly due to, the developments, the builders that are coming in, and they're kind of building up Columbia Station. It's increasing the home values. So it might price some of you out of that, like living in that township, or at least getting the home that you want in that township if you're purchasing an existing home. Now for this con, it's kind of twofold. If you're looking for country living, Columbia Station has you covered. If you're looking to have a few amenities within, your city that you live in, it's limited on shopping and entertainment. There's really not a whole lot that Columbia Station has to offer in that department. So a lot of the residents, pretty much most of them, they're traveling to Strongsville to go out to eat. They're traveling to Strongsville to do, maybe like a bar and grill, or go out and possibly have, a late night dinner, or, just go get a couple drinks if you want to enjoy the nightlife. Columbia Station doesn't really have it. You are traveling to its neighboring city in Strongsville, or, you might even go further north, getting into, your Avon area. And it's one of those things that some people don't mind it, other people do. So I wanted to bring that attention to you that, there's no major grocery store that's hanging out. Like if you want to go to a Giant Eagle, you're going into Strongsville. If you need to get to a Target, you're going to Strongsville. If you need to get to a Walmart, Home Depot, like you're traveling to Strongsville. Some people don't mind that at all. Some people love the rural, atmosphere and just being away from everything and, kind of being out in the country, which that's perfectly okay. I enjoy that. It's peaceful. So tell me what you thought about the pros and cons of Columbia Station. Is there any deal breakers? Is there anything that is, driving you to, want to consider Columbia Station? Let me know how you feel about the pros and cons in the comments down below. If you got any value from this at all, be sure to smash the like button. It's greatly appreciated. If you have any further questions regarding Columbia Station and the real estate market, contact me directly here. I'm happy to help you out and answer any questions that you have and, provide you with a little bit more value that will help you make an informed decision. If you haven't already, click subscribe, turn notifications on. And if you're looking to get into the market, especially with the interest rates that have been coming down, be sure to check out this video next to me. It'll explain the 3 ways that you can actually have your buyer representation paid for when purchasing your next home.